Welcome, Britport Nation. We are here again on the second official Hyped or Humble. But last week was a very special first show. But yeah, today's the first openly Hyped and Humbled for the fans, by the fans. Yeah, and yeah, we're here today to give you the opportunity to jump in, get on the platform, and fill us in about what should be hyped or who should be hyped and what should be humbled and who should be humbled. I'm going to throw in a nice one for myself, a nice little tidbit, which is the British weather, which is always definitely hyped. And when it comes, everyone's extremely humbled by the extremities and the discomfort. But yeah, on that note, Steve, you got anything there at the moment that's caught your eye in the league or in and around the league that you think should be kept an eye on that people may not have seen coming?
They dropped me on it. Dropped me in it. I wasn't even supposed to be on this show.
Evening, Gary. Yeah, go on.
But yeah, is there anything that? Well, I wrote an article about it, but I've seen they've started to release their the team names, and that's the E5 or the Elite
yes, I've seen about 3 or 4 teams. Is it?
I think it's four. I think it's four.
So
Yeah. So like, as it popped up, I think there's gonna. I think there's 6 teams total, maybe 8.
Total.
I don't know. I can't.
I've seen the mocked up kits and the names. It looks very branded up and
they're doing a good job. Like you can see, so I like the one of the guys behind it is a former teammate of mine, and I've been speaking to him quite a lot about it. Jordan. I don't know the other guys, but one of them has added me on Facebook. So
yeah.
But so
is it 5? It's a 5-a-side or 6-a-side?
5. So it's 5.
Similar to
Elite 5s. So yeah, it's and they're starting it off as like day tournaments, and so it's interesting, right? When I first started speaking to Jordan about it, because I've had this idea of actually a different format of the sport, not just 5-a-side, an actual completely different format with different kit and stuff, right, to make it easier to get into.
Yeah.
And so yeah, when Jordan spoke to me about this, I was like, oh, this is great. Like this is what the sport needs. And you almost had it a couple of years ago. You had, or like it's probably pre-COVID now, but you had like an 8-a-side league that started. Oh, there's people in the chat. Hold on, let's read.
Evening, Joe. I got a couple of
evening, Gary and Joe. So we'll put the chat at the bottom. Yeah. So yeah, you had this 8-a-side league, and it basically fell apart because they weren't BAFA sanctioned. They were doing so many things wrong. But there was massive interest in it because it's like a lower commitment level for the sport, right?
Yeah.
So like that I like about it. So the Elite 5 stuff is they want to get the best players. They want the best players from the best teams. I think squads of up to 16 for this 5-a-side. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't want to be sort of misquoted. Yes, doesn't agree, and that's fine. Come on, yes, tell us why.
Tell us why.
Yeah, so let me tell you what I like about it, and we can see if people disagree or agree. But so I like the fact. So they're doing it as a one-day tournament, and they're doing it as a cash prize. Hey Nathan. Yeah, you pay. I don't know what the entry fee is. It's probably a team level fee. I don't know. You pay to enter. Winning team takes the bag of $2,000, right? And that's never happened in football. Well, I don't know. It doesn't happen at the moment. Someone's probably telling me, yeah, well, in '87 this happened. Whatever. But like in my time in Britball, and roughly you and I sort of got into British American football roughly at the same time. I've never known anything like that, and I think it's really exciting. And they're focusing on that. Oh, my internet seems to be slowing down. They're focusing on that sort of like that cream of the sport, like the best type of players. And the good thing is that it's not just skill players, which you typically associate with 5-a-side. Like they've got linemen play, like linemen are eligible, so they can snap a ball, turn around and catch a ball. Like I think that's exciting. There's
any word on where it's going to be streamed? Who's going to stream it?
So we were set to stream it. I doubt. I imagine. Well, I know that they'll have pressure for us to not stream it and someone else to. whatever. Like I'll go to it, whatever. Either I'll be there streaming it or they're watching it. But it's I don't. I'm not sure if they've got a venue sorted yet.
I was going to say venue-wise, have they picked
I think
a venue?
it might be. I don't know why in my head I've got like Ealing Pathfinders in my head. Maybe that is where they're looking. I'm not sure.
Again, it'd be good if they did regional, so obviously make it better for different areas, different teams.
Well, so this is what I think.
That,
so growth for these guys looks like taking the format to multiple countries, right?
Wow.
Adam, hello. Nathan, thanks for the comment. Yeah, so they want to do like a French E5, a German E5, an Austrian E5,
and then a Euro, and then
so this was the other bit, right? So this is my point I was getting to, and I always get sidetracked. But so when I spoke to Jordan about it first, he was like quite radical about ideas, and I shared some ideas that I had. I was like, oh, it'd be good if we could do this, like things like you have to be down by contact. Maybe using a smaller ball. The QB starting with the ball, but 5 yards off the field. Allowing 2 forward passes. Just like different bits and pieces that sort of now, because they wanted to. There we go. Passball. Yeah, I heard about passball. I did actually look up passball, Darren. I couldn't actually find any rules on it, but I can remember playing, in practice and them saying, right, we're going to do passball now, and then we just sort of played a format of the game. But I haven't seen any official rules for it. But yeah, so
and it's BAFA sanctioned or it's not?
Yes. So to get it BAFA sanctioned, so that Jordan was interested, and I keep saying Jordan because he's my point of contact, but the team there were interested in having everything above board, particularly like, so getting BAFA sanction in. Obviously, it's one of the first questions people are asking, right? So that's important. They want to make sure, there's the level. It's a low level, but a level of insurance, more liability level of insurance than injury level, but still, legal protection, etc. for that way. Plus, also they like the idea of using, and I don't know if this is possible, but I know that they were discussing it, the Azov portal for registrations. So BAFA's official portal, and I don't know what's like. I'm not privy to the conversations. Oh shit! Have you gone? Oh, I think I'm muted. Oh, sorry.
No, it's me.
Sorry, man. I thought you'd muted me. Yeah.
No. If I go, it's because there's stuff going on.
Yeah, all good. Yeah. So the plan was to get BAFA involved, so that it have made it all official. But then with that, and also trying to use BAFA refs, right? Which makes sense, right? So it's all it's like it's legit. But the problem with that, well, I don't know if it's a problem. The problem from my perspective is like they've had to change and not have such a radical difference in the rules. So it's probably something that will come in time, but they've had to sort of toe the line a little bit more, make it a little bit more similar to standard 5v5 game. But yeah, so that's the thing that I feel like there's more to come. There's more evolution of it. But then the other thing that you talked about, Vic, is regionalizing it. I think I mean, obviously we need to see the success of this format, but I think it will work. And then I think there should be leagues for it. I think it should be adopted, and it doesn't have to be BAFA that does it. It could be BAFA sanctioned, and but someone create and run a league for this format. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself with that.
No, because the full version and the long version of the sport is hard for someone to put on YouTube, watch for 5 minutes, and actually kind of get some interest. You might get a period of the game which is just, again, to the untrained eye, boring. A lot of bodies, bit of movement, crappy angles. If you get the grasp, the main bits of the game, you can pick up any 2 minutes. You're going to get a deep ball, or you're going to get a pass to the flat hits. You're going to get a bit of the good stuff of the game. So,
sorry, man, I don't know what I've done to myself.
You lost your video. Yeah, I don't know. But as I said, the evolution of the exposure of the game leads into this very well. Let's see if, again, when it starts, if it's got a bit of longevity and it will actually bring people into
so that's my point. I think that's that that is a great hype in the game at the moment. You know, it's unknown. It's something to get excited about.
Yeah, and they haven't said too much. I've seen a lot of pictures and a lot of little captions and taglines. And again, most has been said from.
I feel like that bit is going to lack from them initially because they aren't, you know, these guys aren't like media experts or social media experts or whatever.
But sometimes less is more, though. I think sometimes the buzz is
like so. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like that will build over time, and like, you know, but they can only work on so much at one given time, right?
No, it's true.
But I know that one thing that they want to be quite forward thinking with media and have, like, you know, with the live stream, because obviously it's a day tournament. You know, it'd be like back-to-back games with interviews in between.
Excellent.
And I think that'll be quite an exciting thing to watch. But then also they'll have other camera crews there doing, you know, like the odd, like what you'd call a VOD, you know, like just a short video piece that isn't live, that is recorded and then, you know, shared, and, you know, good plays and all that sort of stuff. So you know, they're definitely they want to lean heavily on that media side, and I really like that, because we don't have that from anyone that runs. Well, it's now BAFA that just run the leagues. We don't have that from leagues. We have to do it, you know, across all the leagues, but there's no dedicated. Oh, we're just going to focus on women's or flag or whatever. And
to be fair, I think there's some stuff coming for the flag, the national stuff for the youth. Because I ran into a film crew and a documentary crew that followed one school from end to end, and they were talking to me about actually helping them do some voiceover stuff. Because it was at 2 or 3 events with them. They actually interviewed me and asked me what's going on. So they're really, I think they're trying to improve the profile of the sport and get something out there to really kind of push it a little bit more. Again, don't hold me to it, but I know I've got a couple of phone numbers of a couple of guys that were taking a lot of footage, putting a lot of stuff together to tell the story of one of the teams that's going to fly over to the States that won the youth stuff. So yeah. Oh yeah, the relegation promotion stuff. That was.
I can talk you through it. I don't know. I don't know how well.
I
don't mean your guys' lack of ability to follow it. I mean my ability to explain something that's so complex. But right, let me have a go. Right. So what Nick's asking about here. So to get out of Div 2, you have to play, and there are two promotion / relegation games, right? So Div 2, and this is specifically for the Div 2 South. Okay. So the Div 2 North is a lot more straightforward, but the Div 2 South has got 2 division or 2 conferences at Div 2 level, and they're feeding into 3 conferences at Div 1 level. Right? So in the Div 1 South, there's 3 conferences. In the Div 2 South, there's 2 conferences. You don't have that problem in the North. It's just 2 and 2. Right, so this problem is unique, and this rule is unique just to the South, right? So let's get that right first. So now, very easy to pick the 2 teams that are going to be playing in that promotion, because they've got
only 2 at one.
You just have the 2 playoffs that they're doing. They're basically doing, like, they've seeded them 1 and 2 in each of those 2 divisions. One plays 2 travels to 1 from the other one. And then the winning teams will then represent Div 2 in those 2 games, right? Each. And then it's who do they play? Well, you've actually got 3 bottom teams to pick from. So they've got this sorting.
So it's the worst 2 of the worst 3 that played.
Wow, yeah, but how do you decide that? Because there's different ones. So, well, there is ways of deciding it, but they've picked what I think is probably
the worst.
Not the worst. It's not the worst, but I feel it's like. Let me explain it, and then I'll tell you what I think. So the way that they do it, bottom 3 teams, right? And then what they do is they compare those 3 teams, and they've got this logic set that they use, right? And it's like the easiest way of thinking it, like. Because you can't do head-to-head, right? The head-to-head one.
Because they haven't played each other.
So, but standard is like, first of all, it goes win-loss record, and then it goes head-to-head, and then it goes points against, and then there's others, right? But let's just focus on that.
Standardized way, yeah.
So there's 3 teams, and then based on their, let's just start with win-loss record, right? Based on their win-loss record, they get ranked 1, 2, 3, right? 1 being the best of the worst, 3 being the worst of the worst, right? Yeah. And so this is without tiebreakers. So say there was no ties, they each had different records, which now happen. We've got one.
Shouldn't it just be the bottom 2 then? Play the two, then the one that just escapes. But
exactly right. But what they've done is the Rapids have said hello. What they've done is said the bottom team, automatically you are playing one of those other teams, right?
Oh, and the other 2 scrap it.
And then there's a playoff game between the other 2 teams.
So the loser will play.
So then so you basically have got 2 chances of staying up if you one of those top teams, and 1 chance of staying up if you're the bottom team.
That's a long, depressing season, man. You're fighting for your life.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So to answer Adam's question, did Div 2 and Div 1 still play a relegation game? Yeah.
So they're doing that all the way up the leagues now, right?
Yeah, all the way through. So you've now got two teams from Div 2, and then, but you have to define the teams from Div 1, you have to have the top 2 the top 2 ranked bottom of the bottom 3 playoff
drop. Yeah.
And the winner of that then stays up, right? Because there's no one else to replace them in Div 2. And the other 2 teams then play off. Now this is the interesting part as well, because we don't know who those teams are, right? And so it's not until those teams are decided. So after that game, that they decide who is going to play which of those 2 teams that are looking to come up, the Div 2 teams, because they're doing it by distance. So it doesn't matter, because everyone's in the south, right? So then what they're saying is
the closest ones will play the closest
team.
That's crazy.
And the 2 teams that are traveling, right? So it's based on the location of the Div 2 teams, obviously, and the Div 1 teams, but like how far do they have to travel to attempt to play these games? And it will be the shortest distance.
Wild.
So right now there are 3 teams. There are 3 qualified bottom teams. They will be the bottom of those 3 conferences. There's no doubt. But there's 1 game left
to see which the order is going to be.
The Somerset Wyverns, and they, depending on the result, literally they could win, lose, or draw, and how they draw could have them first, second, or third in that bottom 3. So like it's still so it's still massively open.
That's crazy.
That's my explanation of it. I don't know how well I did, but that's what's happened. Yeah, stop it, Steve. My head there. Yeah.
I told you get pen and paper out, lads.
Why would a team who spent I think Adam, this is it. So Adam's question here several weeks ago stands: why would a team who spent a season being spanked by Div 1 want to play and stay in it and risk getting spanked next year? Same applies. It's funny you say that, right? So I earlier in the season I live streamed a game with the Cambridgeshire Cats. It was actually the Cheetahs versus the Cats. So the 2 teams that are sort of vying for that
middle-ish spot.
They're trying to avoid the relegation spot.
Yeah, right? It's the middle spot.
Big game next week. They're playing the second game, and there's like a 2 or 3
goals difference,
like really good stuff. We'll live stream it if we can.
What was the score in the first game?
Sorry?
What was the score in the first encounter? Was it close?
I'll have to look. Yeah. It was like 2 or 3 points. There was nothing. That's good. It was like 10-8 or something like that.
Serious.
So anyway, I spoke to Russ, the head coach, after, and I said, I said, you guys have got to be fully confident going into the reverse fixture with that level of margin. He said, yeah. There we go. Yeah, 10-8. I was right. And he said, yeah, we are. And I said, right, but let's talk hypothetically, Russ. If you do end up qualifying for that relegation game, will you pull out of it? Because that's what everyone's been not everyone, but that's what I've heard is like people are saying, well, what's the point of them playing? Even we absolutely would play it. We want to stay in the Prem. So while I absolutely understand Adam's question and logic, the one person, and I've only asked one of the two at the Prem level.
They want it.
They were like, no, yeah, we want this, So, but it's not happening at the Prem level now because it is. It is at the South. It is at the South. It's not happening at the North. Yeah, the 3-year curse. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's. Have you heard about the 3-year curse?
Is it actually true?
Yeah. It's unreal.
It happened to O's as well, then.
It happened to I think it's happened for the last 6 or 7 promotions.
No way.
3 years down. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's Anyway, yeah. So that to answer that question, I absolutely understand what Adam's saying because I think the same. But I also, I've never been on a losing team anyway, right? I never had a losing team in my life, right? But I know I did actually. My first season was, but that was in 1994 in America. No one knew how to fucking play. It was a terrible season. We were just learning the sport.
Well, some losing seasons make the next year's winning season. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
Aspect.
And that's it. If I was on a losing team that was facing relegation and I'd just been beat up I don't think there's any teams that have actually got beat up badly. Maybe Somerset because they haven't scored a point all season. I think it's Somerset. Again, I don't want to talk out of turn. I know there's a team that have not scored a point all season. Maybe they probably thinking we actually would rather take the relegation. But yeah, you don't know until you speak to the individuals. And so it's not enough on the basis of that. It's not enough to say that this isn't going to work. They scored the last game, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's right. They had 7 points, didn't they? Yeah. So yeah, it's. I think it's interesting. I think it's to see Baffa trying this new structure. I know that people don't like the fact that they won't have a championship game. Instead, they'll have a promotion game. But yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. Interestingly, there was a team. One of the teams that's going to represent the North, potentially, it's between the Bulls and the Revolution, and it's something to do with there's a game that the Revolution started playing but didn't finish, and it's left outstanding. I think it's them versus Northants Knights.
Was it because of an injury or?
Something like that. For legit reasons, they didn't finish the game, and they said we'll reschedule it. They didn't reschedule it, and it's now looking like.
It might determine.
It depends on who you speak to. Some people have been told, no, that's getting voided, that game. But if you look at League Republic, it hasn't been voided yet. And the Bulls, so basically, if it stands as it is, the Bulls are the ones playing in that relegation game. But if that game gets played, then there's a chance that the Revolution will be the ones that play in the relegation game. So the Bulls are saying, no, we want this. We want this to be we've got plenty of time because it's not until the 27th of August that relegation game takes place. And so the Bulls are saying, well, there's plenty of weeks. We don't have much football because we're going into playoff football. Yeah. And I think they've got a point, and it would just be interesting to see how it.
So in regards to national champs, then obviously the Prem's the Prem because there's nothing above the Prem. So the winners of that playoff at the top,
they're the Brit Bowl champion.
So below, there's no kind of champs. Then it's just promotion, relegation. Call it what you will. We went up, we went down. There's no actual kind of status or title at Div 2 to Div 1, Div 1 to Prem. There's no kind of title. It's just where you ended up.
You got promoted or you didn't.
Okay, fair enough.
And you could say, for example, when you win your conference, you're conference champions, and we did.
True,
there's quite a lot of them that are wrapped up at the moment.
But imagine being champs and then not going up. It's a pain in the bloody.
Well, you're only champions of your 5 or 6 teams that you're playing. So what's that? Whenever I've played for a team, we've won that. We've been like, so what? I want to win next?
Yeah, we want to go. We want to go up. Yeah, take it all the way to the top.
So now maybe that means there's more provenance on it, and it's that's something they can hang on to. I'll be really surprised if I saw rings being dished out for that. But then what do you get a ring for? Do you get a ring for promotion? That's probably the only thing.
North South game. There will be.
There you go.
It'll be at the Prem. That's it.
Guys, just to let you know, we're
Can
reacting
scan
to
and
the
comment.
comments. You guys can drop in. There's that drop in QR code at the top
Scan
there.
the QR code. Yeah.
And me and Vic will see you on the screen over here.
You can join the
And
discussion.
you can either drop in on audio or video and chat to us. That's the premise of this show. And I'm just
we're hogging the airtime. It's for you lot. It's not for us.
Yeah.
But no, that's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, the state of play is somewhat changed, and for a lot of the old that had that glory at each level, you're really looking at now. It's the work rate to kind of climb, you know, because we had a season where we missed out on the last game of Prem. I think it was my first full season. Literally, the field's in earshot from where I am now. We lost on the last play. A certain Mr. Adam Lillis, I think he ran in a touchdown from QB. There was a crazy play. He always winds us up about it. And then the next season, we went undefeated the whole just off the back of that pain of losing that game and missing out on playoffs. We smashed everyone. I think 7 or 8 shutouts. And then Baffa give us some tiny little plastic plaque. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute, you get nice medals now. Completely invincible season. To be fair, it was at Div 2, but we were literally 2 years out of development, smashing everyone. And obviously, as we came up the leagues, it was a thing where people from coaches to the better players were looking around thinking, oh, can I wait to climb the ladder? Or do I go and join a Prem team and try and get a ring? Do you know what I mean? And it was, I was always a one-man team, so one-man player, one-player team, whatever. Always play for one team. And it's like seeing guys leave. I didn't begrudge them because I thought, you know what? If that's what you want to do, fast track the progression, that's up to you. But look what we've built here. Just kind of stick to it. Luckily, we always kept the upward trajectory. But now, obviously, the 3-year rule you're saying now, we came up from Div 1 to the Prem with Manchester that same year. Obviously, you lost the big game to them. And look where they've gone now. They've kind of gone. But they didn't have that. Who's doing balloons?
It must have been. Sometimes there's like a gesture thing, and you do a certain gesture.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what.
We didn't have the joy that they have, I guess, because there's not many superpowers in the North. Obviously, they had such a just playing them on that day, you could see that they had a good number of players and a good number that stuck around. No one else really appealed to them because they were there for that institution. So that they built over the same year they went up with us, they just went up and up and up. Obviously, we went up. Guys are instantly looking around, Blitz, Warriors, should I, could I, would I? Or can we wait for another year? Oh, the coaches change. And then you kind of look around and you think, I can't even be mad at guys for leaving. Like, we're not getting paid to play. We're paying to play the game. You want to play at the highest level. You want to play at the highest level. See you later. Line up against you next year. And it's just like, but it is what it is, man. It's the nature of the beast. It is the nature of the beast. And London and the South will always be that. And there's other guys that think, you know what, let me go and play for a smaller team in the lower league, just to less serious, because we're not pushing. We're not testing the big boys. We're just going to have a season where we're kind of going to struggle to kind of maintain that level and go against the Bristols, the Blitzers, the Warriors, and kind of come a cropper. So yeah, Southern Prem, again, from what I see, it's interesting now. Bristol are kind of, I say, big boys now, just off the back of the fact that they run it at such a high level. Apart from the NFL Academy, they're the closest we've got to probably a proper setup in this country betwing Apache and
actually,
Aztecs.
The Bristol, the Aztecs and the Apache are sort of separated
now. Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Like, so they play at different venues, and it's they're because when they sort of merge, they align their kits and their helmets.
Yeah, I remember.
Similar. I'm always thinking, are they going to change that up? I don't know.
That's crazy. Politics, man. Politics. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's a shame. But it doesn't stop that Bristol area, because you've got just that whole area. You've got the Uniball teams. You've got the Barracuda, the Cobras, obviously the Bullets, the Pride.
Is that UE there as well? Yeah, Bullets.
Yeah, UE Bullets. Yeah, they're there. So like, and then not far away, you've got you can even look at like Bath and Gloucester. Like, they're not too far away either. You've just got a lot of young talent to pull from that helps the Bristol senior team. And it's not that every single student stays there. Some go back home and whatever, but they've got this really strong nucleus.
So under 19s allowed to be in uni, because technically you start uni at 18. Will they get 1 year of playing both, or once you're at uni you're technically classed as not being able to play under 19s?
I don't know what the rules are on it.
Because there's like a little cusp of the ages, technically, if you think about it.
Oh, well, I know they base it on like the academic.
Oh, right, fair enough.
But I don't know if there's like a hard rule of like, if you've played at X level, you cannot now
eligibility. Yeah. That's crazy. Because to be honest, a lot of the best players that I've seen play the game have played it at youth. So again, South London Renegades have been around for a long time. I say on the quiet, it wasn't massive. I see a lot of exposure on Instagram now. They're putting a lot of video out. I think they're trying to obviously build their name and stuff. But yeah, like one of the running backs, Ben Amakama, he was he was small, but you could see he played the game with no fear, purely because he played it at youth with the kid. It wasn't foreign to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was wild to see the confidence. He ran through guys like a good 50 kilos bigger than him just because he's done it. It's light work. You know what I mean? And that's what you need in this country, the grassroots at the younger levels, to know and understand the intensity of the sport from that young age and be protected, because it only takes, again, one bad practice, one bad silly Oklahoma drill that a coach tried to run that he shouldn't really have been running, someone to get injured in training, all the parents pull their kids out because I'm not having to my kids. So it's wild, man. It's one of those ones. The sport's mad. I guess at uni they're grown over 18 adults. They can make the decision to take on the sport in, hopefully, which is a safe and immersive environment. But yeah, who we got? Someone scan. All right, someone should be on the way in soon.
Drop in, but yeah, someone will scan the QR code. On Brave Soul, which is good to see.
Brave Soul, yeah.
It'd be good to hear. So yeah, guys, just to reiterate the premise of the show, not just for me and Vic to talk, you guys to talk. Tell us what to talk. Tell us the hyped or humble bit is, are you gassing someone up, or should someone look out for something? And obviously we've got no games this weekend, so sort of it takes a little bit of that out. We're talking a bit more generally about the sport at the moment. Really interesting to see the amount of people sort of jumping up with comments. I know if you're up to age under 19 from under 16, you can't move back down. Okay, cool.
Yeah, of course.
You can't move from 16 back down. Okay. Well, I don't know about. I know that we've obviously got people playing adult contact and uniball. But yeah, I don't know much about like what was called youth and junior. So under 19s and under 16s and the rules around it. But you obviously at those levels, safeguarding kicks in, and so you could imagine them to be a bit more risk averse with the rules. And just being a bit more rigid, and I suppose, for want of a better word, sensible. Making sure that people can play the sport in a safe manner. So, when I played in the States, we had Daniel Demand. He's from
you know him,
yeah. Yeah. He's a guy from the States, the Cuyahoga Falls. But yeah, we're like we had things where, like, if you played at a certain level, you weren't able to go back down. You had to stay at that level and not play. So, but I know we're not that developed here.
All right, Daniel, jump in, my guy.
Hello.
Hey,
what
Daniel,
is going on, guys?
Jeez, what's going on?
How you doing? I saw you guys were on the live, and it's not too often that I have a few minutes when stuff's going on the page where I get to join. So I wanted to say hello.
Excellent, man. Welcome.
It's weird to me how sort of new. We call it pro advancement football. We're trying to kill the semi-pro name out here, but it's crazy to me how parallel a lot of the stuff that you guys deal with over there, we've been dealing with forever on this side. So it's some of it's a lot of good, but some of it not so good. So I'm happy we're not the only ones.
So what going back to that semi-pro thing, what's the thinking behind getting rid of that moniker?
Well, so you guys over the pond right now, semi-pro is new, right? It's something that people are discovering in a good way. Semi-pro here in the States has been sort of destroyed. Players' behavior, teams, how they act. You think semi-pro here in the States, and you think 37U football with guys that are smoking and drinking and fighting on the sideline, and there's a lot of crime and shootings and stuff across the country and stuff. So semi-pro has kind of become it's almost a derogatory name for what we do, because a lot of the guys, they're not semi-professionals, right? They take their job seriously, even if it is a pay-to-play type sport. There's guys that spend 6-7 days in the gym. There's guys that are practicing 3-4 times a week. There's guys that are investing in their bodies and their health. And so none of us do this sort of professionally or partly professionally. So pro advancement is a term that's been coined by a guy named Duncan from he owns the PFA, the Players Football Association, which is probably the largest here in the States. So he's been coining that term pro advancement because that's the goal, is to advance in whatever it is you're trying to do. If you're out of college, if you're out of college and you're trying to play, paid arena, or you want to go to Canada or Mexico, then this level can help you get there. If you're out of high school and you want to go to college and play football, this level should help you get there. So it's putting a new name on the same product essentially, and then calling it new. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, actually, just for the other viewers' benefit, do you want to just quickly explain who you are, what your involvement is in the sport? About your team, because I'm sure they'll be really interested. You may even get questions for you.
So my name's Daniel. I played obviously high school, and then I was privileged enough to play pro advancement football for about 3 years. My first year, I was able to win a league championship and then a national championship as a defensive tackle. And then kind of just floated around teams for a few years before starting my own. So I own the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids, which is to my knowledge, there's not too many teams that are built the way that we are. So we work very closely with the mayor of Cuyahoga Falls, which is the city that we're based out of. We've got a lot of support from the community, from people within the administration here locally, the schools, and different sports teams and nonprofits and stuff like that. So we are trying to completely kill semi-pro and everything that it represents. And we do that through, huge amounts of sponsors from the great sponsors that we have. Working closely with the mayor is a huge thing. Getting close with the folks that run your city has been a big difference for us. Yeah. And in our first year, in our season record so far, we're still in the season right now, but on the year we're 6-2, including the preseason, and we're 4-1, first in our conference, 15th in the country as a 2A team right now. So we're finding some success.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for that.
So it's the key thing there. And obviously, we're talking about sponsorship.
Yeah,
the mayor being involved right there is what again is missing for the league over here. At one point, I think we had Budweiser sponsoring the league. So a load of money was thrown at the league by them because their name was all over it. Everyone had the perks of that, the financial benefits of having a big name tag to the league. But since then, nothing. Since then, it's been semi-pro where you've got guys that want to play, paying to play. Some teams might have different sponsors coming in there. But the struggle is to close that gap and raise the standard of what is a very expensive sport to take part in, making it accessible. Do you know what I mean? So even for you to say that, a lot of people over here, the insight into the game in your shows, obviously the NFL, professional level, all the stuff we see on Netflix, Last Chance U, JUCO, obviously the system, eligibility, blah, blah, blah. We don't really understand. Well, I say we don't. Most of us don't really understand what there is out there for the average Joe that's obviously finished, lost eligibility, but wants to stay fit in the gym, wants to play what is again a massively organized sport. We'll get the viral video of the pad free, where they play with no plaids and they smash each other around. But obviously, what you're saying sounds like a proper, kind of event. You got it all kind of patterned out. So where do you play? Have you got your own stadium, or do you share a university stadium, or have you got?
So we were privileged in our first year. We played our first 4 games at Akron University, which is a D1 stadium.
Awesome.
It's got, I think it's like 27,000 seats. We filled 250, so not that 27,000 mark, but just being able to play in a field like that, and working with the folks that make D1 college football games operate has taught me and my operation staff a ton. Next year, we're looking to go on a tour, so I'm trying to replicate. I don't know if you guys know what the Savannah Bananas are.
No.
Okay, so the Savannah Bananas, they were a semi-pro baseball team that has grown to an extremely large pro baseball team. They have their own league. They developed their own game of baseball. They are playing in major league baseball stadiums now. They played at Disney World and stuff like that. They have thousands of fans, but they do a tour every year, and so they don't necessarily have a home field, and they're able to kind of hop around from field to field.
Keep the cost down, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and you think about it, you tap into different cities. So I think one thing that owners really kind of get stagnant on is we try to focus super hard in our little area, and we want to get all of the fans and all the players in our town, and then we start to ignore the other cities that are surrounding us. And so next year we're going to play, we'll probably have 5 to 6 home games. I think maybe 2 of them will be in the same stadium. Every single other home game will be in a different city. We want to try to market to the people that are in that city as well, so we can sort of grow to be the state's team, not just the city's team as well.
That's amazing.
That's cool.
So
and that's the part of sport, man.
You're in Ohio. That's the state.
Yes.
And just one question for me quickly, Dan. What put you on to the mayor? Like, what made you think I need to connect to the mayor of Cuyahoga Falls? Like, how did you see someone else do it? Like, where did that come from?
From being a player, truthfully, like I said, I hate semi-pro, and I won a championship with 30, 40 people in the stands cheering us on. And so when I decided I wanted to make a team, I had to do something that was going to add that professional look to it, right? So I reached out just on a whim. I reached out to the mayor to tell him about what I was thinking of doing, and the next week I was in his office and we were throwing ideas back and forth, and jersey ideas and marketing campaigns and stuff like that. And he's become one of our biggest fans. He comes to our games. He's very active in our community. But it was just for me, it was important for us to establish ourselves as the official team of our city, because there's a lot of teams in my league that will just pop up and they're like, we're the team of this city, and no one has ever heard of them before and they don't know they exist. Or they've heard of you and they don't care that you exist because you're just semi-pro football, right? So no, I haven't seen anybody else do it. The only team that I know of in the country right now that has reached that level of success is the Racing Raiders out of Wisconsin. They've been around since the Green Bay Packers started up. Like, they've been around since the 20s or the 30s or something like that. So they've got 100 years on us. So I had to make some moves fast in the first year.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
So yeah, I just wanted to meet you. I wanted to, Steve, I owe you an apology, brother, because I had this whole plan this year to get our game streaming over there on your channel, and to do it. I still plan on doing it. It might be a next year project that I'm able to accomplish, because
just whenever, man. Like I like, especially after this, I think people are going to be switched on to the Rapids, and I can't wait for us to sort of jump on and assist you guys in your journey. So yeah, just like
put your socials, make sure you put your socials in the chat.
Things to do. And yeah, like we're cool with it, and I really appreciate.
Oh, my plan is to get out there. Like I said, I won't feel accomplished until I'm shaking your hand in person and we're actually playing a game. That's my goal. You know,
Get
it's
them to
great
bring
to
a
get
fives team over. Get them to bring a fives team over.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
it. Yeah. Oh man,
I'm still trying to get these guys
team
paying for their uniforms. So
their guys are unreal, man. Their guys are unreal. Like I've seen a lot of the clips and stuff. Well, that's one thing actually, Daniel. I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
How do you recruit players? Where do you find your players? Like, is there a website? Is it Grapevine? Is it, people come to you, combines? Like, what? How do the Rapids find their talent?
It starts and finishes with social media. Having a strong social media presence, we put a big emphasis on having a large media team. So right now, we have close to 16 media members that do our video and our photography. And so when we started up production, making sure that our graphics were professional, making sure that the content we were creating was appealing, because that's what the guys want. It's raining here now all of a sudden.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
oh gosh, I don't know what happened. Hold on, let me get inside. Oh, I don't have my badge to get back in. Oh man, we're gonna walk in the rain, guys. We're gonna walk together. Okay. So yeah, so making sure that the social media from top to bottom was up to par, because that's what the players care about now, right? It used to be just for the love of the game, playing because you loved football and because you wanted to be, involved with the sport. Now it's, what can football do for me? How can football get me to the next level? How can football make me, a social media superstar, which is what people try to do these days. Here, let me get this wiped down. So from my time playing mixed with our media team, it was really easy for me to recruit and develop a group of guys that wanted to be the best and wanted to play the best, So
mostly it was through social media that people were then contacting you guys. Was that or did you also notice players through social media and then contact them? Like, what was the?
Some of these guys I've played with. Some of these guys, yeah. Some of these guys came from. I played for a team called the Gladiators, and probably 10 to 15 of our current players also played with me on that team. And then the rest of them were all just sort of social media, word of mouth, folks coming to us,
Yeah,
that rain got me.
That's like it's a common conversation in the UK. It's like, what pathways are available to our young athletes? Like, what can they go on and do? And it's just interesting to hear from like the other side, like how the teams actually look for players in these other countries that that our young athletes are looking to go and play in. And
it's a battleground here. Just in Ohio, we have, I think, 9 or 10 teams that are all within like a 50, 60 mile radius of each other. So in the off season, you are literally fighting against every other team to get the best. And most of the time it's coaching, right? So like guys know who the coaches are and they trust those coaches. But then the big difference maker is, let me look at their social media pages and then let me look at this social media page.
It's true.
This one looks professional. They're getting views. Their game day graphics don't look like they were made on Word document. Whereas this one does. They're using CapCut for everything, ChatGPT for all of their flyers. Like, it's just making sure it's organic and they're going to get the views that they want is sometimes a big difference maker.
I never thought of that. It makes sense now that you've articulated it, but I wouldn't have thought of that as like that goes into the player's mind, because in the UK, obviously, we're completely different, right? We're complete amateur. Yeah. And Vic was saying earlier in the show, a lot of players, they're looking for glory, they're looking for rings, and it's well, you could say that about any team, but players will pick a team based on, can I win a ring? I only want to play the sport for 3 or 4 years, and in that time I want a championship. And yeah, Vic, correct me if I'm speaking out of turn here, but that's the mentality a lot of particularly younger players have. Whereas me
Yeah.
and my agent and Vic, it is, we were sort of like, you stick with your team and if they're not
Camaraderie.
winning, you do what you need to do to help them win. You know, like you help the team grow and grow with it. And when you do win that championship, it feels that much better. But it's like there's this like instant satisfaction requirement.
I'm gonna say the gratification.
Instant gratification.
Yeah.
Well, and to that point, like I've won a championship here in the States. I realized that the championship ring that, you know, I was showing to people and, you know, it didn't matter. Like none of it mattered outside of the people on my team that won that championship. I won that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and nobody's spoken about it since.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I think like there's definitely owners that they think that every guy should be loyal to their team, right? If you started with this team, you should stay with that team. But then I'll sit back and I'll look at these owners and I'll say, well, what are you doing for these guys? Like, if you're going to give these guys the absolute bare minimum every single year and then get mad at them when they see a team that's going to give them what they want, you know, the window for a lot of these players is so small. So, you know, when owners start to get complacent, I'm just like, dude, what did you want them to do? You know, this isn't college. There's nothing holding them to this team other than the fee that they paid to play for your team. You know? So I would tell these young guys, like, don't worry about the championship ring. Like that, the ring is based on you winning as a team, and you're not going to be able to influence all of your teammates to do the right thing all of the time. What you can do is build and focus on your brand as a player, focus on building your brand, and then in turn helping build your team's brand. That is going to get you more, I should say, quote unquote, success than winning 5 championships every single year, but only 600 people know that you exist, you know? So yeah, just putting a lot of emphasis on building your brand, associating yourself with players and coaches and teams that also focus on building that brand, and it's just going to naturally draw in good talent, which will then get you a championship. But for me as an owner, and I've said this many times to a lot of my coaches and my players, I don't care at all about the championships at all. I don't. If my team never wins a championship, I will sleep perfectly fine at night because my goal is community impact. Like that's what these teams should be about. How are our teams, if we're winning a championship, how does that benefit the youth programs that are around us? How does that benefit, you know, the people who struggle financially to give their kids sports equipment, or, you know, they might not be able to feed their son before his big game. You know, building my team to where people in the community know that we exist and they reach out to us to help for things, and they know that the Rapids are there with the community as a priority, for me is the most important. My coaches worry about winning. That's why I have a coaching staff. You know, that's their job to worry about winning. My job is to make sure that people care about the brand for the next 5, 10, 15 years, so that 250 the 250 ticket sales that we do a game turns to 500, and then 500 turns to 1,000, and 1,000 turns into 15. Because if I'm doing $1,000 or 1,000 tickets every single game, the impact that I could see is significantly higher than if I win 10 championships 10 years in a row, and that's the peak of our success.
Yeah,
you know,
that's really
Good
interesting.
shot, man.
And I also know, Daniel, just one more thing. I know I want to take up too much more of your time, but you've got big ambitions for the organization, right? Do you want to just articulate that a little bit? Just tell us what you're aiming at with this organization, where you want to take them.
So realistically, I want to go as high as the sun will let us fly. The UFL doesn't have a team in Ohio right now. And my sort of whole goal was to develop this team to be a true pro paid team where we're having the community come to our games, which is then allows me to pay my players. But by building the brand and having that following would catch the attention of the UFL and hopefully allow us to make a bid to introduce that brand into the UFL. I also want to get very close with the local universities. So like the community colleges, the D2, D3, JUCO, building programs between my team and their schools that allow a sort of
Speed up,
easy
yeah.
gateway for our players, to get their degrees. We've also, I haven't really officially announced it yet, but we're starting a women's tackle
Oh,
team
right,
as
okay.
well. So yeah, in 2027, the Rubber City Riveters for the city of Akron will debut, and then we're going to make a nonprofit called Rapids Rising, which is going to be focused on raising grants and sponsorships to help kids buy sports
Jeez.
equipment, so they don't have to go and get refurbished stuff. So I have a lot that I'm working on. I have a lot of goals. I'm gonna keep going every single year to try to do something bigger. If I could get us, if I could get us in Ohio State's university for a
Yeah.
game,
Jeez.
I'll
Yeah.
be satisfied. Like that's where I want to
Excellent.
go. So yeah, any advice that I could give is just don't get complacent. Don't get focused on the wins and losses. Don't get focused on the championships. Focus on your brand and how your brand can impact the people that are around you and how it can, make everybody's life. Because that's what sports should be. Football should be making everybody happier. It should be, creating a fun family experience, a fan first experience is what your goal should be outside of just the wins and losses.
That's excellent, man.
Daniel, thank you so much for
Truly, feel truly
Absolutely,
humble,
guys. I
man. Good
appreciate you
stuff.
so
Good
much.
stuff.
Yeah, amazing. It's amazing.
I will. I'll keep an eye out for the next one. I'll make sure I'm there. I'm sweating like a hog right now.
Yeah, well, yeah. Thanks, and I'm
Always
sure a lot of
welcome,
people got a
man.
lot of value out of this, and we'll really keen to hear about everything.
Thank
else,
you, guys.
Any progress and stuff. But yeah. Hold on,
Absolutely.
what we got?
All right.
We'll
I'll
see
see you
later,
guys.
man. Take care.
Take care, my guy. Top man. How did you meet him?
So through someone in Britball, Ben Reed.
Okay.
He's I'm not gonna. I don't know what team he's. He seems to be attached to loads of different teams, but he's just been like someone that's like commented on stuff and been involved in like different live streams, always in the comments. And then he said, "Oh, I've got this team that are they're pushing to go into the UFL," and I was like, "What?" And then he spoke to Dan, and he wanted us to do the live streams this year, which we announced, but then we haven't been able to do. So, but
sounds like he's got a lot on his plate, though.
Yes, and it, like so,
reason
like
for doing it. You know
it hasn't gone anywhere. Well, it's just been pushed back, and but I keep an eye on their, follow their social media and keep an eye on their results. And like you said, they're top of their league. They're a brand new team, and it's like they like you just see some of their players. Like, you could, like they got some athletes on that team.
Mate, if they send the 5 over for 10 people over for that fives competition, then
that would be awesome.
That'd be good though. Learning. The question from Paul. New question for you. What do you think about it introducing Militech to Britball digital risk coach? I've just got it on my phone now.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
I don't know about it. Paul.
It looks like
I wanna. Do you know? I'm gonna have a look right now.
I'm having a look now. Yeah, so like it's an iPad that feeds into a risk coach that will give you an up-to-date play direct to the wrist. Okay, interesting. Technologies were wild. 3 dynamic ways of calling football players and robust baseball. Oh, it's the baseball as well. Okay, good for them.
Why can't I see it? Have I spelled?
Yeah, the page has got a lot of blank kind of areas. It's weird. But yeah, it's a very Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
A bit of Buzz Lightyear vibe.
Is it 300? I think it's $300 US. I think that's expensive. So it's just it. I think I don't know. It feels like a bit of an overkill. I don't think the cost represents the risk is increased because of the cost, right? Like, so like I would worry that someone's face cable smash that thing up.
Yeah, no, of course.
Like that's but yeah, the concept of like sending plays in digitally, but then it's also, you know, you can overdo it with tech, and it's another thing that could go wrong. It's another thing to charge. It's another thing to program. It's another thing to learn about. So, you know, you do get some instances where, okay, well, instead of having this $300 thing, we'll just have different cards that we swap over every single quarter, so they don't get used to our calls and whatever, right? So, yeah. So the idea is to cut times and more plays. I mean, I don't see how that is the responsibility of a manufacturer that's working for something on a coordinator's, wish list. Surely, if you're going to cut time for more plays, you would speak to the league about reducing play clock times or something like that. It doesn't like that as a selling point is a weak one to me. But yeah, like, could I, like, let's say there were two teams at the same time playing each other. One had that, and one just one went no huddle with different cards. And you can do different cards every series if you wanted to, right? It don't have to be quarter, but because it's only the signal coming in, and then the quarterback reads the play, right? So it's not like the whole team has to remember everything, just the quarterback. Yeah, then you've got the headset in the QB's helmet as well, like that.
It's true.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't buy the whole the piece there about it speeding up the game. I don't see how it would speed up the game. But
old school flashcard sideline, bosh.
Like, mate, cool. You've got with the flashcards, you've got whole offenses that just turn. Look at what cards are held up. Turn back. There was no huddle. We know
everyone on the line just needs to look over to the side. Boom! I know it straight away. No need for doing that.
Like,
lo-fi.
Not counting playing time, just more plays in the time we have. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, I said cutting playing time. I meant fitting in more play. Sorry, I don't know why I said cutting playing time. But yeah, I just feel like you could do that, like Vic said, cue cards, digital wristbands are the answer. Digital wristbands. What's that? Is that another thing, or is that this? This is a wrist receiver. Does not include a wristband.
Signals were just
fine. Yeah. I think it might just be overcomplicating things. I don't know.
Maybe.
And the thing is, I'm not someone that's like tech averse. I like, I'm quite an early adopter with stuff, but that price tag.
How much was it? I didn't actually see the price.
$300
for one screen and one wrist.
Yeah. It doesn't even include the wristband.
Jesus Christ.
It just includes the screen, and there's a tablet. I don't know how much of this you need, but the tablet that goes with it, which I assume you need as opposed to downloading an app,
$600. Sorry.
And then the actual wristband is $25.
So that's another $325 for the
wristband
and the coach.
Of a grand.
So it's a grand, yeah. 10-port USB charger.
Just one, Jesus right? Christ. Like, what? Did your linebacker get one? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yeah, just
interesting.
It is interesting. I just, I don't know. I don't want to be the person.
Next thing it'll be digital visors with heads up displays when the plays come in.
What are they called? Like contact lenses that. And everyone's got them.
One day, imagine. One day. I was actually looking into using Apple Vision Pro as a coaching tool. I don't know if you've ever gone into the Apple store and done a demo of it. It is absolutely wacky and immersive. And I even upgraded my phone to make the video up to the standard of it to use it. So if you go in there and ask for a demo, you got stuff like music concerts. They've got films, like a film that's been filmed. It's a sinking submarine. So imagine Titanic vibe, you're stuck in this submarine. Water's filling up, everyone's panicking around you. You've got these goggles on. You can look around 180 pat. It is absolutely mental. I recommend it to anyone. And I've already made some video at my games. So we normally do, as we're doing car check, we normally do the, what's it
Tunnel.
called? Like the good, yeah, tunnel. So I made a video kind of in the tunnel, walking down the tunnel, people running, and it was absolutely crazy. Like, the
Really?
fact that technology is there now already on your
Yeah.
phone, in your hand, and you can do it and use it. When we played flag as well, when we was playing flag, we've got the flag team that train with a senior team train. And literally, are we filming it in the 3D from behind the QB, obviously filming the play live. And again, if a guy's, oh, but I ran my route, da 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 da. Now hold on a minute, I can show you what the QB saw. You can see exactly where you're right. Mate, it is absolutely serious. But
So this is a 360-degree camera. So
it's a 180, but
Oh,
3D. So
Right,
once you can do the filming, and obviously you're still within your right. So like a panel picture, as you're filming, once you make kind of filming it in that mode, people can be looking around within that video. So as I say, Apple Vision Pro. Next time you're in a big shopping center with an Apple store, you can book it in advance.
Yeah, have a look.
And have a look. And as I say, I've got some video I can send you that I made that they can load it up on the thing yourself and be watching it. But the only thing is, Apple, the price tag is $3,500 for that Vision Pro headset, which again prices nearly everyone out. Literally, the only way I'd be able to buy one myself is to get funding for a project to roll it out to then use for a team or to educate the youngsters. There's a feature in there. You got like a Safari feature. You put your finger out like that, and a butterfly lands on your finger, and you actually feel it because every single sense except for touch is stimulated. That your brain actually makes up the last bit. And I was just like, oh my god, it is absolutely mental. Definitely get involved. Have a look. Because I was this close to slapping on the credit card. That's how applicable and how good it is to kind of do all these different things. And again, they're bringing out more and more apps for it as we go forward. I think they had, was it Adidas that had the ball and the thing that you can link to your phone and you could throw the plays. I think they had the thing in the front. I think one of my players in my team, he had all the tech. He got that. So you basically it actually tracks your throws whether or not you made the throw successfully. You'll check your skills.
I think that was Wilson.
Andy Coach or something. Was it? No, it might have been Wilson. It might have been Wilson or Adidas.
Yeah, they had a fucking smart ball that.
Yeah, the smart ball. Yeah, it measures the spiral rate, all that stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
And again, this technology, it doesn't get taken up all the time because sometimes there are the barriers for the £79 tag for the ball. Then you got to pay a subscription on the app, and it kind of just makes you think, is it even really worth it? When I can just run around with my mate and just throw the ball around. But again, people love the numbers, people love analytics, people love all that stuff. I know they did it with the football. So Adidas definitely did it with the ball.
Did they?
Yeah. To just the curve on the ball, the speed of the shot, whatever else. But yeah, technology is obviously always the future. But no one can beat just being able to grab your ball, grab your flags, grab your boots, get out there, have some fun.
It'll be interesting. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. It's an interesting thing to track to see if this actually does take off and digital. Wristbands become the norm. Yeah, but I feel like I'm a laggard with this in terms of the, which is odd for me because I'm usually like, new tech. Like, let's have a little look.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I'd like to see it work. Not just
if they was to sponsor
not
that
just functionally, but also like economically, operationally. Like how do you load it up? Is that easy to do? All that sort of stuff. But it just feels like they created something where in a space that it didn't need to be.
A bit too ahead of its time.
I don't know. People said that about tablets. Right now, look at tablets. Right. So
no, that's true.
I don't want to become a soundbite that gets played for the next 20 years. So I'm sort of.
But then you look at the NFL. They've got the Microsoft Surface thing next to the pill field, and they always rush around the plays back live. And so again, I think maybe this, if say that 5 string was to take off. And it was to get really big, and you got your big coach in the stand, you got your coach at the sideline, and you can ping the stuff in there quick, because they've shortened the play clock. They want to get so many plays in amount of time. Maybe that's something they could throw in there, spin it in. But again, you want to see it work. You want to see, hold on, how is this really going to benefit and not make me want to just grab a couple of cardboard cutouts and do this, that on the side.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those ones.
Really. Wear the luminous gloves,
mate. We got the guy at those. Yeah, he's there with his luminous gloves. First time I saw him, I had to kind of take a figure. Oh, what? Then it
makes sense. It makes
when you're knackered.
When you're on that field, when you're on the field and you look at it, everything blends in. You're like, where the hell is the coach?
Where is he?
Mate. I had the same thing, man, because everyone's wearing the same colours, aren't they? Same
Crazy.
kit. All the
little
coaching
things.
staff are, in the same.
Mate, you can't beat lo-fi, man.
I don't
You
know where
can't beat
coaches.
it. If it ain't broke, do not fix it. All right then. What's we doing for time? Cool.
We're over an hour now, man.
Yeah. Again, with no games this weekend, I'm not surprised. I think people might be on a.
Well, there's a lot of coaches at the coaching convention. That'll be interesting to see what sort of comes out of that. There's always a lot of,
cool.
Everyone's getting together to discuss. We need to change the rules to allow electronic.
There we go. There we go. He just set up, even change players, and within a second, army touch.
They would need to
unhackable, not on Wi-Fi.
Always good to have Martin here, man.
Let the demo. Get the demo out there, and have to change the rules. BAFA sanction for the five to allow electronic devices.
Like it just feels weird. Like, why would a company go into it? Looks like that's their only product.
Yeah.
Why would you go into a market? And maybe it's only football. I don't know. I don't know if baseball and softball,
they must have the R&D breaks for it.
You're saying, to use this product, we need to change the rules. You're like, well,
it's a shout.
Like it's just another a barrier. It just feels like a difficult thing to try and push.
Yeah. But we do get R&D tax breaks, isn't it? It's the R&D tax breaks, man. I think they must have got it over there in the States, or got some benefactor behind it. Just
money, just laundering their money through this company.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. Oh man,
technology will come. May take a few years, but to get it into the rules. But it'll be okay. Yeah, we'll see, Gary. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to sound like an old man for the first time, but yeah, like it's like like you sometimes come across stuff, that tech has been built for tech's sake. You're like,
that's it.
I don't need that. I've got this very simple alternative that's already working, and I don't need to measure. I don't know. Like, I had a smart water bottle that measured how much I drank, but then you're like, it was interesting, but then it didn't really matter because I was just, if I was like a high performance athlete, I'd want to know how much I was taking across the day, but I'm not, I sit at a desk all day, right? And so it's just about, I need to drink 2 of these a day, and so once I drank 2, I know I was done,
You're done. That's it.
Yeah, so there may be, I just feel like the use cases are maybe a bit too small for it. But then, maybe it can take me by surprise. But really interesting topic, Paul.
Appreciate it, Paul. Thank you.
Shame we didn't drop in to talk about it.
Yeah, with a PowerPoint slideshow.
Yeah, ruined it. Although Daniel dropping in was awesome. But is there anything else, or are we wrapping up? I
think we could probably wrap up, and save it for next week. I'm drunk enough to water bottle is empty. I love it. I think that's the tagline.
Exactly.
Oh man.
And the other thing I saw, I had a water bottle that had times, so as well as having
on the written along the thing.
Yeah, so
again, the same thing, isn't it?
It's 1 o'clock. I'm not. I'm still at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I need to drink more. It was, so there's a very practical, pragmatic
alternative,
non-tech solution, and you just throw in tech at it, and it just feels like But about the playoffs. So I put a few graphics this week out about the playoffs. I need to do the Prem and Div 1. Div 1 is, if you thought Div 2 South was complex, mate, Div 1 is crazy.
Is it again when the numbers of teams is a mess again?
Well, because they've got a North and South. And then they've got, so they don't have a North playoff for the Prem. Whoever wins that final game at Div 1 level gets automatically promoted.
Straight away. Is that because I'm a
there's a team getting auto relegated?
Okay.
Oh no, not a team getting auto relegated. There's one team missing because the Wolves dropped out in pre-season, so they've got 5 teams. So
they've already got a spot waiting for them.
Newcastle will stay up, I imagine. I don't know. But then in the Prem South, you've got a playoff game. So, we'll see. The
graphics going to be interesting.
Hopefully, if it's I need to see. I don't know if the plan is for because technically they're the bowl games, right? For Div 1 and Div 2.
They will be. Yeah.
So will BAFA pay for those to be live streamed? Will they get whoever in to do that? If they don't, then that leaves the door open potentially for Sport Tank to do it. So. We'll just see.
Cool. Let me know. I'll be there.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah,
cool.
All good. Well,
All good,
Yeah,
man.
thanks for another show,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
And yeah, we'll be back probably with a bit more interactivity next week, and maybe even a different host.
We still filled an hour and 15 minutes, eh? Good old wafflers, eh?
No, it's been good. It's been good. I think Daniel dropping in was awesome, man. Just getting his
No.
like,
It's nice to
view,
hear
like
because,
that.
again, we
That
don't
whole
hear
thing
about
about
that.
like as an owner, my job isn't about thinking about winning games. My job is about thinking about growing the brand and connecting to
The
the community.
presence.
Like,
Yeah, definitely, man.
that's powerful
And
stuff.
that's what it's
Man.
about. Yeah. And him even saying that the ring don't really mean that much
Yeah,
more. It's
I
better.
know.
It's better for him to have that structure there, to be helping people, to see people coming down every week. You know what I mean? That's great to see. And
It's
again,
a
building.
long-term view, isn't it? Like it's
That's
like
it.
I'm not thinking about now. I'm thinking about next, and it's
And building links with
that's
people
a
like
hard
that to
thing to
go
do.
over.
It's a
Yeah,
hard
go
thing to
over
stay
there
that
and play a
disciplined
flag
and do.
tournament or something. Just that'll be amazing, man.
Yeah,
Really,
man.
really good. All right, nice one. Well, hopefully he'll be a regular. Can check in with us
Yeah.
next week. He sounds like
Yeah.
a good dude. All right, then, man. We'll call it here. And
Awesome.
yeah, same time next week, guys. Thank you for people that commented and one great guy that called in. Thank you, Steve. And yeah, next week, man.
Cheers, babe.